everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from JessicaLynnOriginal Studios. Welcome back to my channel. We love to travel and share family fun across the US, including Disney, Disney World, and one of our favorite spots, the Wisconsin Dells. So today we're going to go ahead and head into one of my newest favorite indoor family activities while we're in the Wisconsin Dells at the Kalahari. It is Tom Foolerys Arcade and Adventure Park. Now, this place is huge. We're talking hundreds of games, lots of the ones classics from when you grew up, like skee ball, air hockey. But then there's also some very high-tech experiences, some VR experiences. There's quite a few actual full-size rides. Not to mention there is a claw machine that kids and adults can actually go in and be the claw. So if it's raining outside, or you're taking a break from the water parks, or just want some time out of the sun, this is the perfect place to relax, recharge, and have a blast together as a family. Now, I'm currently showing you what the hours were. Now, this was over the summer. Definitely check out the website because they are going to give you better hours and actually up to date, right? Now, what's really cool is you can walk through this and enjoy your time there. You can get an add-on package if you're staying at the Kalahari. You can get cards where you just have like a player's card, like at an arcade, that you can use. You can even buy just wristbands to ride the rides. So there are a lot of different options for this locations. Again, a lot of different age levels too. And we're going to show you at the very end. There's even a place where the adults can go. That's really fun. So let's go ahead and get started on this full POV tour. I cannot wait to show you everything. So the first thing we saw when you first walked in is this Cave of Mirrors. Super fun. It's actually part of the games package, if you will. You could also use points to go in depending on what your plans are for the day. But I would really talk to, off on the, literally if you turn around 360 from here, you can actually talk to the people that you buy those cards from, and they can tell you based off your interest of what you want to do. They can actually provide you with the best suggestion, whether you do points or cards. The other thing to remember is that if you are staying at the Kalahari, be sure to check at their front desk because they do give you a bigger discount to add this on as part of your package. Now, one option you do have with your pass would be something where you get all the different rides. So this one is called G-Force. Obviously flips, swings, twirls, very much like a pendulum, 48-inch height requirement. Now, with the G-Force 1, double check again to see if any of these rides are going on maintenance when you're going to go there because they could be closed. But that one was a solid line, and it kept moving, so that was really nice. The Ferris wheel, this is the one that you see from the expressway, 6 stories tall, have to be at least 42 inches or above to go alone, otherwise you have to go with an adult. But super fun. Again, that loaded also very quickly. And at first when you walked in, you're like, oh, it's not that tall. It really is pretty tall. 6 stories is taller than you think. One of the things I really like about the way that Tom Foolerys is set up is that if I have my older kids on a G-Force 1 ride, that swinging ride, my littles could come over here and hang out and play games while we wait. So they had a lot of opportunities for integrated rides between, so that you're like, okay, well, I can go take my little one over here. We'll go play these games while we wait for you to go and do that. Other things that they have here as well. They also have go-karts. They have a 2-level go-kart track. Have to be 55 inches or taller to go alone. Otherwise, you have to go with an adult. But you can see it up there where that blue is. Again, all throughout the entire area. It says it's 430 feet, so nice size. Lots of go-karts. And it's funny because you think you'd hear them, but you hardly hear it. So it's very crazy. Now, they have a ton of other things we're going to go check out in a minute. But as we continue forward, you're going to see they've also got like a rock climbing wall. They have a human crane, which I did get some video footage of that, so I have got to show you that. So make sure you stay tuned so you can see the human crane, because you're going to laugh. It's pretty fun. They've also got rope climbing. So if your kid really likes the challenge ropes, I know like some of the other resorts, like the Wilderness has a much larger one outdoors. But this is a great first starter. They've got the toucan climb, which is for little kids. They've also got a little toucan climb, and then they've got the toucan zip line. And you're going to see somebody up there just kind of cruising by. Reminds me of like a Beetlejuice moment. Here he comes. So all this is going on. So they've really taken all the space they have and optimized it to fill in this arcade with as many other things as possible. Now, there is also that cave of mirrors we saw when we first came in. Down at the end here, and we're on our way there, there's also an XD dark ride. So there's a 5D dark ride theater, which is a blast. The kids absolutely love that. There is a Legends of the Lost Jungle black mini golf. We did not do that, but we saw a lot of people doing it. We went on a Saturday night, so it was pretty busy. There's some roller coasters. There's little kids rides. There's another kind of like where it goes up and down. You'll see that in a few minutes. They call that one Maximum Velocity. And they have a ton of games, like games that my kids hadn't seen before, which was really fun. And then they have a huge prize redemption location. So they have a lot of prizes to be had and tons of just silly, goofy games. I mean, look at, come on. Who doesn't want a balloon dog stuffed animal? I mean, I do. I totally want a pink one. I think it's so cute. But again, you can see all the zip lines going on above. There is a smaller version for the little kids. So, you know, my suggestion would be is if you're thinking about staying at like the Kalahari, and it's a great question. Do you have to stay at the Kalahari? You don't. You could just come in here and enjoy. They have their own entrance. So you can definitely just come on in and wander around and enjoy. We were staying here, so we got to enjoy it because of that. All right, as promised, this is the human crane. It is hilarious. So the little kids go in, they pull out. There were so many kids walking around with the little aliens. It takes a little bit for this one because they have to load the kids in individually, and then they get to go and be a crane, which is fun. And they kind of tell them, hey, here's kind of the animal I want to go, or the balloon thing I want to go for. And so then the attendant will kind of gear you over in that area. And then the kids can pick which ones they want, which I think is so fun. And it was so cute to watch the kids do this because they were so supportive of each other as they sort of went in and became the crane, which was hilarious in itself. And off in the back there, you can see there's a ton of skee balls. The thing that I thought was exciting was the fact that we were there on a Saturday night. And with the exception of a couple of rides that were the bigger rides, you know, like the G-Force or the Ferris wheel and stuff, or even this human crane, the lines for everything weren't terrible. There were plenty of rides that were open. Here's that Maximum Velocity. So if you're used to like one of those rides where they shoot you straight up and then kind of you bounce down and kind of keep going up and down, almost like Great America, I always think of like Giant Drop, or Disney, it would be sort of like a Tower of Terror, although this one's outside. They have these all over at carnivals as well. Kids loved it. It goes for quite a while as well. So as we're getting toward the back here, you can see there were some other games. There's some rock climbing walls over there. Straight ahead, there is laser tag, which I don't know about you, but I love me a good laser tag. We did go and play laser tag. It was a blast. I will tell you, it's really hard to try and film. So if I would have put it in, it was literally just darkness, and every once in a while you would see people. So it was not a great video, so I did not put it here. But just know, we went and did it. It was a blast. Now, as we're coming around the backside, we thought we were almost to the end, and we're like, okay, you know, there's a couple more games. Here's some laser tag. This is fun. You know, what else could there be beyond this, right? We have still, I would tell you, probably half of the tomfoolery left to go and check out. So over there to the right, there is a stairs, or there is a elevator if you need that, just around the other side of the kids that were playing right there. So where it says bar, just right beyond that, there's an elevator. Now, there is a bar on the lower level, so we'll just go take a walk over there. They had tons of not only, you know, alcoholic drinks, they also had tons of food, ice cream, they had Dippin' Dots. Let's just go take a look at the menu really quick so you can get an idea of what is there. There we go. So tons of pizza, snacks, crispy chicken tenders, corn dogs, walking tacos. So standard kind of Dell's food, right? And the cool part was lots of seating. So at first we thought, oh, there's only a couple seats. If you go around back, there's even more seating. There's also a ton of seating on the second floor. Yeah, I said it, second floor. We're going to go there in just a second. It's that same area I just showed you where there were stairs. Now, as we continue forward, again, more games, a full carousel. So you can see that off to the right there, which was fun. I mean, the kids loved it. They love a good carousel. It's always fun. It always, makes my kids act like little kids. Over here to the left, this is going to be mini golf. And we laughed so hard. Look at, it's Hungry Hungry Hippos. Like, how funny is that? Over here, this is that HD dark ride. So that's a ton of fun. That's the one where you ride on it and they spray you and you fight with guns. It's super cool. Here is that mini golf that I was just talking about. And the thing I really liked about their mini golf was that everything was all lit up in like black lights and stuff. So it was really fun to kind of go through. And the kids, it's taken them a bit to get good at mini golf, but they're getting there. So if you want to have a fun adventure, I mean, it was never busy. More of the rides were busy, I would say, than the actual like mini golf or any of those things. So getting the full pass might really be worth it. As we came around the corner, my kids, of course, were all excited about Ghostbusters. But then I was like, wait, is that a roller coaster? Inside? It certainly is. It's called Sky Rangers. They say on their website, up, up, and away, a perfect start for little ones to getting into roller coasters. And that's the truth, right? Because you can see it is a very small little circle. But the little kids who couldn't go on any of the big rides up front, like the G-Force or the Maximum Velocity, or even the race cars, this was such a cute way for them to kind of just get started and have their first adventure in a roller coaster. All it does is go around in a circle. So it reminds me of the ones that you would see at the carnivals, although I will tell you it was very clean and looked like it had just had a brand new paint job. So very nice. I haven't said it already, but there were lots of restrooms, lots of relaxation spots where you could go sit and relax as a family. They also had, like I said, the food only toward the back area, not toward the front. And back here, I felt like they had more games for like the littles. So they actually had some rides. So there was like a little circle ride, a carousel, the roller coaster. And then there's a couple more like these little teacups that go around in a circle. So we went upstairs. So there's an elevator. And when we got upstairs, I could not believe what I saw. There was a full bowling alley on the second floor. I was like, what in the world? Like, who knew this was? I didn't know. So to me, this was new. And you can see they have the black lights on, so the balls glow. Super fun. And again, we were there on a Saturday night. And as you can see, most of the lanes were pretty full. So get there early. And I don't know if they take reservations. I could not find that. The other thing they had was like a weird kind of bar mini golf right here. And then I'm just going to turn around to the left over here. They had little skee ball stuff. And then over there to the left, where you can see those people standing by the chairs, they had axe throwing. And then a full bar to the right. So like sports bar. So they had tons of games on. So this could be a really fun place to hang out. Like when there's like a Packer game. Whatever team you like. But you can see they have axe throwing, which there were a ton of people. Again, there's only, I think, 4 of those. So you'd have to get there early. Then there is mini bowling over here to the left, as well as plenty of places to sit. So you could order food up here and relax up here. This is that mini bowling where it's the small mini balls. Now, this was my favorite part when we got right over here. You could see the entire area from front to back. So I thought it was so cool because you could see the go-karts, you could see the rides, you could see the kid going in the crane. See, like there's somebody that got a little alien there. Now, the other thing to know is this is, again, on that second floor, so you're going to have to go back down and go all the way through to get back over to the Kalahari. But if you continue, let's just say to the right from here, so if you can keep going forward, there's actually a full movie theater as well associated. So you really could have an amazing all encompassed indoor, if let's say it's raining, kind of experience. You could stay at the Kalahari, enjoy tomfoolery for a while, go and see a new movie, come back out, hang out here for a little while. So you could really make this a fun and family adventure. This would be a really fun place to go for like a first date. You know, go and see a movie, then come back and have some dinner at Foolerys or at the Kalahari, and then you could go and hang out in the arcade and get to know each other better. So if you were trying to collect tickets to get larger prizes, remember not all games are created equal. Some give way more tickets than others. So like skee ball, classic, easy, can earn a lot of tickets. Basketball hoops, steady shots, more tickets. Coin pusher games, a lot of those give out big tickets. Down the clown or ball toss games, simple, but they add up pretty quickly. Definitely go for games that you're good at, or try to find things that, be careful to avoid the really flashy ones, because a lot of those, they'll just eat up ticket credits really quick. What an amazing adventure. The Tomfoolery Arcade at the Kalahari is really one of the funnest spots we've gone to. We had such a great time. It is located in the Wisconsin Dells, and it was so much fun just to laugh, to play, and just to enjoy the family time together. And the best part is it's rain or shine, right? So you don't have to worry about if it's pouring rain, although just know if it's raining, it probably gets bigger. If you had fun on this walkthrough, I'm going to ask that you please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to JessicaLynnOriginal Studios so that I can share even more family fun adventures and tours, again from Wisconsin Dells all the way to Disneyland, Disney World, and maybe one day adventures around the world. Be sure to go ahead and drop a comment down below. Tell me, what is your favorite arcade game? That's what I really want to know. Do you go for the classics like skee ball, or are you about the big ticket claw machines? I'd love to know. Oh, and don't forget, this is just the beginning. I've got more tours and tips coming right here from the Wisconsin Dells, plus some Disney stuff. So don't forget to hit that bell so that it'll tell you when our next adventure goes live. Thank you again for joining me today. I'm Jessica, and this has been JessicaLynnOriginal Studios. Until next time, keep smiling, keep exploring, and keep making magical memories with your family. Take care, everybody. I'll see you again real soon.